Okay, we're back, and that took way too fucking long. So the good thing about buying all the Chao at the same time and hatching them all at the same time is that they all wanted to take a nap at the same time, so... Viagra here's still out, but... Yeah, a lot of the Chao cashed out made it a whole lot easier for me to, actually, I'll let those fall whenever they fall. But a lot of the Chao cashed out made it a whole lot easier for me to give Soul his stuff, although he might not be as high a level as I would have preferred. As you can see here, I think this is Boobies. No, this isn't Boobies. Who is this? Rusty, whoever this is, singing away because he learned what to do at class, and he sings, so he does that. If some of the other Chao who would have also taken the singing class happen to walk by him, they will start singing with him, so that's kind of neat. Anyways, yeah, we leveled up Soul. We're going to go find out if it's enough. The only thing that concerns me is his running stat, because Shadow won the running race with pretty good ease, but Shadow's also level 21 in running, and has an A in running. And the thing that concerns me is that Soul has an E in running, and he's only level 17, so that might be where you can see Shadow has 534 points in running. Soul, even though he's only a few levels away, only has 222 points because of his E stat, so the running one might give us some trouble, especially since our stamina is not crazy high, but I think we should be okay on the other ones. Let's try Crab Pool first. We're gonna go swimming. Dun, dun. Still looks like a unicorn. Embrace the unicorn. That Chao's sleeping. How does he expect to win the race? We're up and tapping our foot. We're too ready to go. Oh, also our flying stat's pretty huge, so we got a pretty good leap there to start. Yeah, we're pulling away from the crowd already. I think his swimming stat's a lot higher than Shadow's is, so should be a pretty easy victory. In fact, I'd be surprised if we didn't break the record. Didn't crush Shadow's record in swimming. Yeah, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. We're not quite using our arms. We got the form down though. Arms straight out in front of us, just kicking away. Unicorn horn primed and ready to fuck anything we come up behind, but luckily for everyone else, we're in front of them. We got a little ball on our head moving back and forth. The ball on your head, well, not on your head, on the Chao's head actually will change depending on what type your Chao is becoming. Flying, running, swimming, whatever, I mean, you know, may be. The ball on the head will change, and I'm pretty sure Soul's pretty well set on flying right now, so. Yeah, we destroyed that record. Beat it by almost 10 seconds. Little under 9. We get a shovel. To be completely honest with you guys, there's no real reason Soul needs to be winning these races. Like, there's really not a reason at all that Soul needs to be the one winning these races. I just didn't want to show favoritism. I have 2 Chao. I'm going to use both my Chao for the starter Chao anyways. I'm definitely showing favoritism on these 2 over the rest of these little kids we got running around here. But on my 2 starting Chao, I always like to be even with them, especially when their stats come out as even as they did. They are literally almost identical. I take it back. They are identical in stats. They both have a D in swimming, a B in power, and a C in stamina. But their running and flying are flipped. A on running for Shadow and A on flying for Soul, and then E is the opposition of that. So for being mere, like, I couldn't have asked for a better, like, set to match, you know how it is? So that's the running one. We'll save that one for last. No, Stumo's the flying one. Never mind, we're gonna kick the shit out of this one. We're gonna piss all over this one. It's not even gonna be funny. Oh, that Chao, look at him, he's adorable. He thinks he can fly. Nope. We're Soul, motherfucker. Gonna be running a Soul train on your hind ends. Look at that. That dude's pissed. He probably knows he got put. He's like, why did they put me in the race with Soul? I'm so upset about this. Yeah, we're slower than the flying Chao. I don't think we're gonna be able to win the running race. But hey, we kicked the shit out of them in flying, am I right? Did we even touch the water? I don't even think we touched the water. There's still a Chao in the water. He just got out. Oh my god, our strength is better. Our running might not be the most. I should have used a stamina boost when he was flying. I bet he would have gone up even higher. Oh, and we crushed that record too. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Superstar. We're laying it all on. Soul laying it all on the field. Beating it by over an entire second. Oddly enough, the Chao who's really good at flying got 3rd instead of 2nd. Or the one who looks like he's better at flying. There's our water sprinkler. So it is. It's the first 2 races are the ones that give you the shovel and the sprinkler. And then the other ones must be the car, and then that 4th one I forgot about. Or no. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not lost. Never mind. Screw you. Yeah, the first 2 are the ones that give you those. Let's do Block Canyon now. It's the power one. The only other one we probably have a chance of failing besides running, but if I had a bet, I'd say we're level 3 in stamina. Even though our stamina grade's a C and it sucks, we should still be able to power our way through most of this. The only difference is that Shadow had a huge advantage because his running's really good, and as soon as the race started, he got way ahead. Soul's not gonna be able to get nearly as far ahead in the opening jot here because his running's just not as good. Oh, and we tripped. Okay, well, we're gonna restart that one. Tripping will not win you the race, I can tell you that much. Yeah, there was just no point in finishing that one off. Here we go, trying it again. Now, once we get to, like, longer races, and if it happens in the very beginning, I still might restart, but once we get into, like, the really long races, tripping will not be cause to restart. Your Chao can still win after he trips, but on a race that's this short, where we need to have a good lead once we start climbing, and we trip, so we're way in the back once we start climbing, it's not looking pretty. Let's get 2 versus speed here, not trip. Aha, look at that nerdy tripped. Okay, and then we're gonna stamina ourselves, keep us ahead of this guy. We're actually pulling ahead. Yeah, he's faster than us, but just barely. So we won this one. I actually set another record. No! We didn't beat the record! I also didn't use all my stamina. He could have done it. He could have done it if he really would have, if I would have been paying more attention and cheered him on at the right time. But that was a really close time. So you get the car for that one. And then, yeah, I don't remember what you get for one in the running race. I don't think it's a ball, but... This is the one I think we're going to fail. This is the one I might have to leave and come back to later. Or I might just say, screw it, we'll get it when we get it, but not worry about it right now, because there's no point. I don't think Soul's going to be able to beat Shadow's record anyways, but we'll see. Dun, dun. Oh, dude, that one's stoned as shit. Look at the one on number 2. I'm so fucking high right now. Where am I? What? I'm gonna quit doing emotions for him. Gets difficult after a while, but here we go. So I want a good lead here in the beginning, as much as we can get. The cheering got us. What? Don't zigzag. Run in a straight line. We might do it. Maybe not. I'm gonna need some more Chao to trip here because we're kind of slowing. We're slowing down. I have stamina. All right. All the Chao are tripping. This is good. I bet those were like the 3 who were supposed to win it. Tripped all in the beginning. Another tripper. We can do it. You got this, Soul. He did it. All right, boss. He beat them all on his first try. Sweet, now I don't have to go back and level them up more. And you know what this means? Now we can move on to Chao Karate. Let's see what our toy is. What have you won? A rattle. Okay, I knew that. I just wasn't thinking. All right, well, this is awesome. So, Soul, I would like to get all my Chao, like, down the road when I get bored and I'm just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. I would like to eventually get all my Chao to the point to where they can at least beat the beginning races. But I cannot make promises on that. I might get too caught up in stuff or simply not feel like it, because that's a lot of Chao to level up. Let's just say we average a level, like everything that they have besides stamina, of course, has to be like an average of 14, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, give or take, especially depending on what their skills are. That's a lot of work to put in like every Chao I've gotten so far, so you can imagine. But these Chao will serve their purpose, trust me. In fact, we'll get more of that later. Boobies may be our future hero, but no, we're gonna move on. Shadow's still sleeping. Wake up, you lazy fuck. Anyways, he's gonna have to wake up because we're going into Chao Karate. So this is Chao Karate, or Karate as some call it, as SpongeBob would say. We're gonna start out with Soul because I think. Well, let's look at their numbers. The levels system is important, but the numbers are what you want to pay attention to. However, considering they're equal and everything, I guess they both work. So, yeah. Stamina is the same on both of them. Power is a little bit better on Soul. Speed is a lot better on Shadow. Stealth, or your ability to dodge, is far better on Soul. And swimming's better on Soul. So Soul's actually a better Chao here. So we're going to start with Shadow. I leveled Soul up more than I thought I did. I wanted them to be more equal than that. Beginner, Standard, and Expert. We're obviously not ready for Expert. We are nowhere near being ready for Standard. So we're going to do Beginner. And we might not win this, guys. I'm literally doing this as a gauge to see where we're at. But it's looking good because we're standing and they're not. Anyways, I'll have to go into more in depth on what each particular skill does. Because obviously swimming and flying are not skills you use in Chao Karate. So yeah. Oh my god, we're going to destroy this one. Never mind, we're looking good. power. Okay, well, the 2-hit KO. There's 5 rounds. As you can see, I've won 1 round, so 1 little Chao bubble got filled in with pink underneath Shadow's name. You'll see it again here as we look at our next opponent, who was also a bitch, Chao Lin. But running will basically say how often your Chao attacks. So if your Chao has a really low running stat like Chao Lin does, it'll take him a long time before he decides to attack me. Whereas Shadow has a really fast running, so he's going to attack a lot. He's almost going to attack twice for every time. See, like, I was gearing up to attack him again when he got his first attack off. So we got 2 hits off on almost the same amount of time it took Chao Lin to get 1 attack off. Other than that, power is obvious. I think I said it before, but power is obviously how hard your Chao can hit the other Chao, how much health it does. As you can see, Chao Lin doesn't have a lot of power. He hit me once. It took like a 1/16 of my health away. I hit him 3 times. I beat him. Flying kind of transverses itself over into stealth, or becomes stealth. And stealth is your ability. It's not, stealth isn't right, but stealth is your ability to dodge attacks. So sometimes, like in the very first fight, you saw the other Chao throw a punch at me, and Shadow jumped out of the way of it. We might see it here. Yeah, Shadow jumped out of the way of it. Now, Shadow's stealth stat, I can't talk today. Shadow's stealth stat isn't the best in the world, but yeah. So we beat him again. What you'll notice some Chao are doing is once their zeal meter at the bottom gets empty, they'll sit. And when that happens, if that were to happen to Shadow, I have to press X. It'll fill his zeal meter back up, and then he can continue fighting. But as long as their zeal meter's down, it's basically they're discouraged. They want to give up. And that'll happen. We're on fight 4 already. We're almost to the end of the first, or of the beginner round. But I'll explain more when we get to Souls, so I'll have time to, reread what all the stats do. I do not, for the life of me, remember what swimming does, but I'll be able to tell you during Souls fight. And stamina is how fast your zeal goes down, or I don't remember exactly how fast you can cheer him back up. Also, a missed punch will drain his zeal more, and a landed punch will raise his zeal a little bit. So as you can see, now Aggie and Shadow are both tired, but I cheered Shadow up faster because his stamina is good. There's 2 ways to win the fight. You can either empty their health bar or knock them out of the ring. I happened to win both ways that time because at the same time I emptied his health bar, I also knocked him out of the ring. But either or is a way to win. I've had a fight that I was clearly going to lose, but I dodged enough that I got behind my opponent and kicked him out of the ring. That has happened before. Sis is happy. He has an apple on his head. He stands. He has a bunch of bunny rabbit parts. He's got a bunny tail and legs and arms and stuff. He's kind of adorable, but he's also an asshole if you're new to Chao, because for the longest time he would kick my ass. And I could never figure out how to, like, my Chao just wasn't leveled up high enough to beat him. But Shadow don't take no shit, so he's just kicking the ever-loving shit out of Happy in this fight, as you can see. It's only going to take about 1 more hit. But as you can see, we kind of do our basic. Oh, he's out of stuff. Later, Happy. You done. Dun-dun. Okay, so there we go. We're the beginner Grandmaster Champion. Dun, 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 dun. And an emblem. You get an emblem for every Chao karate tournament you win. So that's something to keep in mind. So we're going to dive right back in here because Soul stats are actually better than Shadow. So we're going to watch Soul kick the shit out of this, and I'll hopefully be able to explain myself a little bit better. Here we go into tournament mode. We're picking Soul this time. As you can see, they both have pins on their chests, and you get that for winning. It's either one of or every single beginner race, but yeah. Okay, so swimming is your defense. That helps. So swimming kind of counteracts power. If the other Chao has good power, but your Chao has good swimming or defense, it'll even out a bit. If you have a really high defense, then it almost doesn't matter how strong they hit you. It's not going to hurt you nearly as much because of your defense. So that's cool. I'd kind of forgotten that, but yeah, health is stamina or zeal. Power is power, obviously, how hard you hit. Speed and running are the same thing, and just how often you attack, and then flying is stealth. Your ability to dodge attacks. So, good to know, but we're going to go ahead and have our boy Soul kick the shit out of this fight now. Poor Happy's in for the second ass beating of a lifetime. There we go, round 2. I may speed this up just a hair if I can't find enough stuff to talk about through it, because really there's not a whole lot to talk about since we just went through Shadow's round. I feel like Shadow hit Chowski harder, but sometimes there's, I don't want to say critical hits, but some hits just seem to do more damage for some reason. I've never found the formula for that. So see, like that one. His first hit didn't take him down over halfway. His second hit finished him off, which is more than half the damage. Even though they were the same style of hit. I don't know. Different hits do more different amounts of damage. I can't fully explain why that is. But part of the reason why I like the Chao Garden is you lose control for a little bit, and sometimes it's not a bad thing. By lose control, I mean you aren't the Chao, you know what I mean? You can raise the Chao and hope he does well, but you aren't the Chao. Like, you invest all your love and time into it, and then all you can do once you start these is hope that you've given him enough stuff, hope that you'll be able to cheer him on right, and hopefully it'll play out well. Like, I don't know. Some people don't like it because they think it's some kind of like simulation, which it is. It's a simulation, but they don't prefer that. But I like this. I like being able to raise my guy and say, okay, go kick his ass. I can tell you, I would probably not like Chao as much as I do if the Chao drive and animal glitch wasn't in the game, because I remember doing this stuff as a kid. It took me so long to even beat the beginner Chao karate tournament, because I would do, like, I didn't like using animals, so I would only use drives, and animals were harder to come by, especially if you can't do the glitch. But I would use so many Chao drives on, and I only focused one Chao. I couldn't split it up in two because that would take way too much time. I only focused one Chao. Wow, that one actually hurt, but we're gonna kick this dude in the schnoz and then he's gonna die. Oh, my bad, punch him. Anyways, I would run through Tails. I would take Tails and I would go through prison lanes so many times, and I would just go until I got maxed out Chao drives, and I would back out. And if I wanted my Chao to be good in running, I would wait and I would pick up only green Chao drives, which takes a lot longer, and then I would back out. But it takes so long if you don't do the glitch. And I think if Sonic were to ever bring back a Chao Garden, which I hope they could, if they did it as well as this one, or if they just copied this one and pasted it into the new one, I don't really care. I'm not confirming that they're doing one. I'm just saying if they were to ever do it in a Chao Garden, I would hope that they would make it a lot easier to level up your Chao, much like as if there were the Chao drive glitch in the game. Because if they did it but they removed the glitch, that would be much less appealing to me. But here we go. Soul barely got touched by Eggy. Now we're moving on to Happy. He's been cakewalking through this, so hasn't been a whole lot to commentate on. I thought the fights were going to be a lot closer than they were, especially Happy, but with Shadow shitting on him the way he did. I did always like that Happy danced, and I'll explain to you guys how he got the apple on his head later, but I did always like how Happy danced. Ooh, they're even in running. Soul just does a lot more damage. And I always wanted to be able to get my Chao to do that, but I never figured out how to make my Chao dance at the beginning of the... Wow, get shit on, noob. Yeah, cry your eyes out. Anyways, I never found out how to make Chao dance at the beginning. I don't think I've ever had a Chao that danced in the beginning. Maybe they have to achieve a certain level of happiness, which obviously we haven't had our Chao too terribly long yet, considering how long you can have Chao, so maybe that's it. Maybe they're just not happy enough, but there we go. That's Chao Karate. I just heard every single one of my Chao yawn at the same time. That's Chao Karate and Chao Racing, so I guess what we have to do next is we move on. We take a very, very big step here. I hear one of them snoring. It's probably Shadow. Yeah, you piece of shit. You just won a race in a karate tournament and you're still sleeping. He's purple. So we take on a very big step here. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go drop some more Chao off in the daycare, in the garden. Or not the garden, in the classroom. And then I have to look something up on the internet because I've personally forgotten myself. I have to take all the Chao that aren't napping. And I will be right back, guys. See you then. Rusty is singing to the green one, whatever the fuck your name is. I don't remember. Oh, he's Viagra. The green one's Viagra. Rusty's singing to him, and Thud is napping happily.